Hello, I'm Jennifer Walker Gates with Walker Gates Vela, immigration attorneys in Austin, Texas. And I'm here today to talk about the new naturalization exam that it was issued recently at the end of 2020. The reason that this is important is because it has shifted quite a bit the requirements that applicants for naturalization have to meet in order to be qualified for naturalization. It has changed the quantity of material that applicants for naturalization have to learn. And so if you are a person who is applying for naturalization, this new test is the one that's going to be affecting you if your application is submitted on or after December 1st of 2020. So I have three main points that I want to discuss about this new naturalization exam. And before I do, I want to ask all of the viewers to please go down below this video and press the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button because we are providing updates here on a daily basis about immigration law. Much of it is regarding breaking news, and it'll be other information that's really important to anyone who is a non-citizen in the United States or who has a loved one who is a non-citizen who is trying to get legal status, residency, or citizenship. Then below that link where you, below the button where you hit subscribe, there are going to be two links. Number one will be for the new test in English. Number two will be for the new test in Spanish. So we're going to give you links below this video where you can just simply click and you'll be taken straight to a copy of the new test questions in English and then one in Spanish as well. So without further ado, let me get into the actual content of what I want to share with you today. These are the three main points, three most important points about the new naturalization test. It's really important that everyone understand that the test is not fundamentally changed, except it's just more material. So the new test has more material to learn and more material to master. And that means that you have more material that you have to get correct. Under the previous test, there were 100 questions. Now there are 128. Okay, so it's just an additional 28 questions that you have to add to what you're already learning. Number two, you have to get 12 questions out of 20 correct instead of 6 out of 10. Previously, applicants for naturalization would get asked up to 10 questions and they had to get 6 of them right. Now you're going to be asked up to 20 and you have to get 12 right. So more material to learn and more material to master in your test. However, and this is really important, number two makes the point here that this is still the same kind of test. So the officer in the exam will ask a question. The applicant for naturalization will give an answer that's either one word or one phrase or one name that they have memorized. It involves only memorization. It does not involve essay writing. It doesn't involve, multiple choice. It doesn't involve any kind of fundamental change in the way that the exam is administered. So if you're a person who's capable of memorizing the material needed to pass the old version of the test, then you're just as capable of passing the new version of the test. It doesn't require any additional type of skill or anything. It just simply requires memorizing some additional questions. Number three, it's also important to know that you are still allowed 2 chances to pass the test. So if you don't pass the first time, you will be scheduled for a follow-up interview and a follow-up exam. You'll be allowed another opportunity a few weeks after your first test to try again. And if you do work really hard to memorize the material between your first and second exam, in my experience, you will do great. I have seen clients pass the naturalization exam who never even got to finish primary school, never even got to finish 3rd grade, who could barely read, taught themselves to read, memorize the material, and pass the exam. Worked really hard because that's how much it meant to them to be able to become a US citizen. So while, of course, it is so much easier to memorize the information in this exam, if you do have a really comprehensive understanding of American history and government, that kind of understanding is not actually required. It makes the memorization of the material easier if you can connect it inside of a framework of understanding that you already have. That's just how our brains work. But again, if you're capable of memorizing information, questions, and answers that are given to you through those links that we've provided, you're going to do just great. So again, please hit the subscribe button, go to those links below this test, download the new questions and answers in English or in Spanish. You can take the exam in Spanish still if you meet the qualifications to do that, meaning that you're at least 50 years old and you've been a resident for at least 15 years, you get to qualify to take the exam in Spanish or in your own language. And there are lots of other languages represented on uscis.gov in their citizenship study materials section. So I hope that this has been helpful. Stay tuned for more videos, subscribe, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, let us know if this is helpful, and we will look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Take care.